we are hospitality management students conducting an interview to learn more about the role of front office agent in the hotel industry. We would like to thank our interviewee from Hotel in Ortigas for giving us the opportunity to conduct this interview. To start, let me introduce myself po. I am Nicole po, Espiritu, from National Teachers College. Can you please introduce yourself, your name, your position, and how long have you been working as a front desk agent?
Actually, I'm not a front office agent. I am the duty manager here in Holiday Inn and Suites Manila Galleria. My name is Marivic Narita. You can call me Mara for short. And I've been in the hotel industry for about 7 years. I've been a front office associate for 5 years and been a leader since for about 3 years.
What made you choose to work in this front office?
I choose to work in hotel industry because I love dealing with different guests and having interacting with different guests with different cultures and attitudes as well.
What educational background or training helped prepare you for this role?
Actually, I'm a graduate of marketing management. I just have the opportunity to apply as a front desk officer way back 2019. We're in St. John's Hotel. They trained me using the opera and such.
Can you describe what a typical day looks like for you as a front desk agent?
For a duty manager, we have different scopes. But since I love doing front desk associate staff, the usual typical day of our GSO is for EM shift, they do the billing. They double check the bill of each guest who will check out today. They are also doing hotel calls. They are receiving different queries from in-house guests and outside guests, and they are the one who do follow-ups from GY shifts as well. For PM shifts, most of them do checking in of guests. For graveyard shift, the typical task of a GY guest officer is doing admin tasks for the next day.
Do you follow a specific checklist or system when you arrive at work?
Yes, all of us, our GSO, guest service team, guest relationships, and even duty managers have checklists.
What do you consider the most challenging part of your job and why?
Challenging part of my job is, of course, dealing with your colleagues, especially when they are worn out or tired due to heavy departures and heavy checks out, and at the same time dealing with rude guests that are hard to please.
Good day po, Ms. Mara. I'm Pia Paula M, Talde, and I'll be questioning po about the reservation process. Can you walk us through the reservation process from the moment a guest contacts the hotel to the point when the reservation is confirmed?
For walk-ins, if they went here to check the availability of their room, of course, we will check their preferred check-in date, if it's their preferred check-in date and check-out date, because we don't have fixed rate. So we are also telling them that our rate varies with the occupancy of the hotel. We have dynamic rate, and we also be collecting details of how many adults will stay in the room, and if they prefer a standard room, a suite room, or premium room, and how many adults and kids will be staying.
What system or software does your hotel use to manage reservations?
We are using Opera.
What are the different types or sources of reservations your front desk handles?
We accept OTAs like Ctrip, Expedia, Agoda, Olympia Biaga, and for walk-in, we accept guest walk-in, and we also accept reservations via call, and then we also accept group bookings from our sales.
How does the process differ from each source po?
For OTAs, of course, it is done by the guests through their mobile applications or computers. For walk-ins, sometimes they go here directly, or they send us emails or give us a call in case they wanted to do walk-in bookings. And for group bookings or company bookings, it is done by our reservations team and by our sales team as well.
how do you handle reservation modifications or cancellations po?
I mean, if the booking is booked directly with us, of course we can modify it. If it is booked via third party or OTAs in your jargon, they should, we are telling them to contact the agency where they book their bookings, because we are not allowed to touch any OTAs bookings. And for corporate booking, since it is directly booked with us, you can modify it anytime.
How are the cancellation fees tracked or recorded po?
Actually, our new general manager proposed a online live tracker wherein we will put all our no-shows or cancellations in there. If a guest will cancel the booking at least a week before, it is free of charge. But if it is the same day, it will be charged full day charge. I mean, whole amount will be charged accordingly.
Good day, Ms. Mara. I'm Josh Balbuena, and I will be asking you about room allocation and availability management. So my first question is, how does your front desk manage room availability, especially during peak season or fully booked periods?
During peak seasons, of course, we have an option in Opera where you can check the detailed availability of each room. So before proceeding for walk-ins reservation, all of us must check the detailed availability for us to lessen the chances of overbooking such different categories.
So what happens when a guest requests a room type that is not available?
Here in Holiday Inn at 6 Manila Galleria, if you will book online, there's an option to book a standard room wherein the bed configuration is not guaranteed. So in case they will book standard, it will appear in our end that standard. However, most of the guests wanted a king bed. However, our king bed is limited. So if our king bed is already fully booked and they wanted what they call this, a king bed, and we can only offer standard, we are telling them that the room configuration that they requested is subject to availability and it is not confirmed. So in case we have available premium rooms, especially if they are a member, we are giving them free upgrades. But sometimes, most of the times, we are just giving them late checkout so that we can prevent their negative comments for the hotel.
How are room rates or pricing managed at the front desk during the reservation process?
As I've mentioned earlier, we don't have fixed rate. We only have fixed rates for corporate accounts. But for FIT guests or for usual guests, we have dynamic rates. So our rates varies with the occupancy of the hotel. So if the occupancy of the hotel is low, our rate will be low. But if our occupancy is high, it is way too much higher.
Good day, Miss. I'm Maekaella B, and I will be asking you a question about check-in, check-out, and reservation completion. What happens at check-in when a guest arrives with a reservation?
Upon arrival, of course, we greet them. Good day, how can I assist you? So, if they are for check-in, we will be asking for their valid IDs, government-issued IDs, and then we will check it in our system, look for their names, and once we have their name, we will discuss them the reservation that they had.
What forms of payment or deposit are collected and how are they recorded?
For payments, we are accepting cash, GCash, credit cards, and debit cards as well. If the guests wanted to pay if they wanted to pay online, we can also send them a payment link. For deposits, we can hold it via their credit card, only credit card, because if you will do it in debit card, it will be automatically charged, and it takes time for us to reverse the amount owed. And we also accept cash as deposit.
How do you handle early check-ins or late arrivals?
Since in IHG we have members, if the guest who will arrive is a member and we have the available room, we are giving them free early check-in. But if it is past 6 a.m. onwards, if the room is available, especially for our Diamond and Platinum members. But for non-members, actually, if the room is ready before 3 p.m., we are giving it to them. For late checkout, same. For members, we are allowing late checkout until 2 p.m. If non-members, we are still extending until 2 p.m. But it depends with the occupancy of the hotel.
How does the checkout process close the reservation and how are charges reconciled?
The consolidation or the checking of billing is done by the guest service officers during morning shift. So it can be done. I can do it in 10 minutes, but for the usual GSO, they do it around 30 minutes. So in case there will be queue, all billings will be zeroed out, and charges are separated by window.
How are F&B charges or incidental charges posted to the guest hall?
Our restaurant team has an access or POS wherein they can post it directly to their end, and it will be reflected in the opera, wherein the front office can see it.
What happens if a reserved guest does not show up?
Actually, whether it is booked online by company or walk-in, we have a no-show fee. It depends. In OTAs, since the booking is guaranteed, it is charged full amount because they have virtual credit card wherein we can charge the virtual card given by the OTA. If it is personal account, we are charging it using the credit card on file given by the guest.
How is the room be released or resold?
Since the room was not occupied, we will hold it from 12 midnight. The room will be held until 2 p.m. the next day. Because if it is not used by any guest, it will be rechecked by housekeeping team and it will be resolved the same day.
Good day again, Ms. Lara. So now I'll be going to ask you about the cost control and revenue awareness. So as a front desk agent, how aware are you of the revenue and cost implication of your daily task?
We are monitoring revenue loss, like the cancellation within the day. We are generating reports and checking it one by one. And if the guest wanted to cancel same day booking, we will charge cancellation fees accordingly.
Have you been trained in upselling or revenue generating techniques?
Yes, most of the front office of Holiday Inn and Suites Manila Galleria and even me as a GT manager, hit the quota monthly that we have because we are very good in upselling. We are trying to offer room upgrades for all of our guests, and we are also offering them breakfast because that's part of our upsell. We also have upsell for lounge access.
Can you give an example of how you were able to increase a guest spend or room revenue during your shift?
I have one guest and they prefer a 2-bedroom for the birthday of their son. And of course, our 2-bedroom suite is just one floor with 2 bedrooms. So I offered them our penthouse because our penthouse has 2 bedrooms and it has a second floor, which she agreed because it is way much more spacious than the 2-bedroom that we have. And I also offered them lounge access because they don't have their booking does not include breakfast, and I offered them a special rate for full lounge access wherein they can have their breakfast, afternoon tea, and evening cocktails.
So how does your hotel track errors related to the reservation process? Sample po yung mga double bookings, incorrect billing, or unauthorized discounts.
Actually, we don't have unauthorized discounts here because we are really keen to billing. Leaders check the billing daily as well. For double booking, if it is booked directly with us, we can waive the cancellation. Of course, this is lost, but it is just a human error or an honest mistake of the guest. And we are into metrics, so we are canceling it for free. For billing discrepancies, in case they were charged double, of course, we will adjust accordingly. It is quite a loss. However, if we can prove that it is double posting, we will adjust it accordingly.
How does your front office coordinate with the food and beverage department regarding guests with meal inclusions? Example po yung breakfast included, half board, or full board.
In Opera, we have reports wherein you can see all rooms with breakfast packages, but in case we have guests with dinner package, we are sending the message via Viber that this room has a dinner event package. Please accommodate accordingly. Yes, but for group packages that has dinner inclusion, we are setting a meeting with them, and we are sending them an email as well of the list of those guests who have dinner packages.
Who monitors whether guests are availing inclusions properly?
Our restaurant team, Fab Restaurant, is the one who monitors if all breakfast packages were availed. So every day they have the numbers of the rooms with package inclusions, and they also have the number of actual rooms who have claimed their packages. Most of the time, not all guests claim their breakfast packages.
So, good day. I'm Katherine Sarmiento, and I will be asking about personal insights and advice. So, first question is, what is the most memorable or most challenging reservation-related experience you have encountered in your career, and how did you handle it?
Reservation, actually, I don't have any memorable experience for guests in regards with the reservation. I have unforgettable experience with our in-house guest in St. Giles, wherein he got mad with our F&B head because he was not allowed to do room charging because he doesn't have the deposit kasi. And then he went down so angry, and I was still officer in charge that time. So since he wanted to use his card once, because every swipe comes with extra charge because he's a foreigner, I offered him, I asked him if how much is his incidentals daily might be. So we just average it at 2,000, and since it is a debit card and I cannot hold any amount, I told him that I'll charge directly at least 20,000 base card for his 10-day stay, so that he can do room charging, and in case there is any excess, we'll just we'll just credit back it to his account. And he seemed so very happy that I am able to do it and lessen his expense throughout their stay with us.
So, for my next question is, what qualities or skills do you believe that are most important for someone who wants to work as a front office agent or in the front office?
If you wish to work in a front office, you must be friendly, of course, and then you must be so attentive to details. And you should also know how to do teamwork, because you cannot do anything alone naman pag sa front office. You can do check-in alone, pero you need the guidance of the team as well.
So for my last question is, what advice would you give to hospitality students who are preparing to enter the front office or the rooms division?
OJT pa lang baitan nyo na kung sino mag-OJT. Be friendly, smile all the way, respect all colleagues regardless of their status. Wag kapag manager lang doon kayo babae, lahat dapat, lalo na kung nasa hotel sila. And be very careful kapag nasa hotel kayo kasi maliit lang yung industry. So any mistakes na gagawin nyo or any pangit na behavior na ilalagay nyo sa isang company na panggagalingan nyo, pwede yun makarating kung saan man kayo lilipat. Ganun kalit yung industry.
That concludes our interview. We would like to sincerely thank you, Miss Mara, and the management of the Holiday Inn Ortigas for giving us the opportunity to conduct this interview. Your insights and experiences have helped us better understand the important role of the front office department in the hospitality industry. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you po.